little bit limited on time, so there's another thing I want to talk about really quick.
Which one?
I want to talk about another EP. I told you I love EPs, and you hit me to this one.
Yeah.
And this one just seems just straight out of left field. And this one is Nottz Raw and Asher Roth.
Yep. Nottz and Asher Roth, and it's called RAWTH. Is the name of the EP.
Now, again,
spelled RAWTH.
Yes. Now,
right?
see, this thing is like it's totally out of left field, like I said, because Asher Roth, okay, he's that white dude at the college party who gets high and then maybe might do.
He's that guy.
He's that guy.
Yeah.
Now you want to talk about a guy like Nottz.
He is who he is.
Yeah, you know,
he your white friend in college. He said, "Yo, man, come to the house, dude.
Yeah,
we got a cake in the bathroom.
We got some.
You're all right. You know what I mean? He's real
his
cool.
hair's a mess. He got some sandals on. Yeah, but you know,
he gonna play his hip hop, but then he gonna have like Fish and Grateful Dead after.
Exactly. That's Asher Roth. Now you want to talk about?
Cool though.
Yes, he's mad cool. But you want to talk about Nottz? Nottz is that guy who will beat you in a battle, then wait for you in the parking lot, then beat you down for real. And that's just his style, and that's just how he comes at you. Now it didn't seem like this would actually work, but it comes together very well. I thought anyway. What were you feeling?
Well, my thoughts was this. Like, I am familiar with Nottz. If you guys don't know Nottz, he's the guy who produced the song Pastor Cavassier for Busta Rhymes. So if you know that beat, that's slamming. You know what it is. It ran like whatever.
They won an award. They won an award. I think he won an award because that song won best single.
Yeah, it was dope. It was dope.
Then they did the remix, and I don't know if he did the remix too, the part 2,
right,
the remix, but it was a similar beat. But that first song definitely was a major smash hit.
Yeah, he was definitely that dude. And I've been familiar with Nottz music. Thing about Nottz, what stands out to me from a production standpoint is his drums, man. They absolutely knock. So when I saw that there was an Asher Roth Nottz EP, I was curious as to finding out who it is. So let me back up a little bit.
Okay.
We know that that Asher Roth is a white MC, and the problem with white MCs is the same problem with like black quarterbacks. The minute you come out, they're gonna compare to somebody else black. It's white guy, you Eminem.
Right.
And to me, I mean, even I know that we talked, he said, we wonder if that was Eminem, but at the end of the way, if you really listen to Eminem, especially now, in fact, I'm going to be quite honest with you, I don't like Eminem's cadence now compared to what it was when he first came out.
What it was before, you're absolutely right, because that's what attracted to me.
Yes.
His cadence, and the way he would flip words. He would say a word that don't rhyme and make them rhyme.
Bending the words.
I'm talking, he would bend words and manipulate it, and I thought it was the most genius thing. And I just heard a freestyle on recently with him and some new guy, and it was cool, but it just you still got that flair. Sometimes you still hear like, but it only go for like 2-3 bars. It don't extend that whole whole thing that he used to do no more. And I heard Ashley, and I thought the way he pronounced certain words. To me, he reminded me of M. I said early M.
Right. Yeah, early M.
Well, the funny thing about Asher Roth, I don't mean to interrupt, but the thing about Asher Roth is that the funny thing is I heard his first single, which was I Love College, which was it's like you hear it's like it's all right. It's
works for what it is.
It's kind of funny. It's like it's laid back, but he had that MC Light sample in the beginning of it, which made me say, oh, okay, he might have something here. But just like Eminem, I said, okay, well, let me check out his album. And the first song off of his album was called Lark on My Go-Kart, which was crazy. Yeah. It's crazy backpacker.
On that one, not to cut you off, but then I'm thinking about it. With Asher Roth, man, the one joint that I first heard was the joint with him and B.O.B.
Oh yeah, that's what I almost forgot about that joint.
Didn't want to quit. The beat is crazy. B.O.B. does his thing on it, and Asher does his thing. And that's what you gotta be careful. A lot of my MCs out there, be careful of the white guys when they come into your cipher.
Because they will smash
you, man. He's like, man.
After Renegade, when Eminem came on Renegade, and he just tore it.
You gotta be careful.
I bet you Jay-Z recorded his first and sent it.
And
heard it was like, oh my
God. Oh, you gotta go with it.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? He needed to do like what LL did and get sensitive when he did the Candace. Like, oh, that was dope. No, Candace, I'm gonna fight you, Candace.
He was mad. So you were just mad because he smashed you on your old song.
Yeah, pretty much. You know what it is. You know what LL sensitive.
First time I seen Asher Roth was he was performing with Jim Jones.
Really?
At the college spring break.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And his stage presence
Yeah.
He was so calm. He was just, I mean,
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I did catch
I mean,
that.
listen, it was so refreshing
Okay.
to see a hip hop artist.
Yeah.
And he had just had a vibe. It was like, when he came on, he just had this vibe. He had this song with Jim Jones. And I was like,
as a matter, didn't do I Love College. You didn't
yo,
really
it was so
I Love
sweet.
College.
Yes,
Yeah.
yo, listen,
Yeah.
it was sweet. And he has an excellent state, and I respect him as an MC.
Yeah.
You know, everybody want to, all that white, black stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, hip-hop is known in the history books.
Right.
You know that. I know I studied music in college at Villa Maria, so it's said in the hip-hop, we originated hip-hop as a genre. They know that just like jazz.
Yes.
Okay, they can't take it away from us.
Right.
But you know what? It's for everybody. It came from us, but it's for everybody.
Yeah.
So anybody who embraced it, and I feel he embraced it, and he took the true essence of hip hop, and he's doing so as an MC, and I think he's polished. So all that white, black, that's another form of put Willie Lynch inside of something.
Right.
Yeah, that's
I
You know,
think
he's a white MC, so he's not
Yeah,
credible
yeah,
because
yeah,
he's white.
yeah.
Well,
No.
there's an unwritten
it's
rule
not.
in hip hop is if you come real, all right. If you come real,
no matter
you,
what, and if you're a
you-
female,
stay true to
male,
it.
kid,
you talk about what you know, and if you bring talent, if you bring whatever you have,
We can respect you. Just like
people will respect you.
rest in peace,
like
Tina
me.
Marie, same thing.
Yes.
Right? She came true to R&B.
yes,
You know what I mean?
yes,
So she
yes.
never crossed it. Even when they wanted to cross her with the Lover Girl single, she was never fully embraced, ironically, by the white, by pop music. I would say pop music.
Pop music.
You know, she is a raw R&B artist too. Listen to her stuff, but not to digress on her. Rest in peace, Tina Marie, because she just passed.
Yes.
But yeah, Asher Roth is that guy. Now, to hear him and that, what I was getting at was this.
Okay.
Because I know Nottz's music, and I know the drums and the beats, man.
Right.
And that's one of the things, we used to talk about this all the time. And we had this, and you know, I got slammed on the internet because I went against the whole Eminem deal. I said Eminem could be better, but he's not this and that because of his beats. I got slammed. You know,
Get ready for the slamming.
This is what it was. This is what it is about. Let me tell
Oh,
you.
he about to, I don't know.
Let me brief you on what it is. 'Cause y'all know me. I'm the guy. I'm gonna keep it real with you. There's two things that happen on the internet, and it may be racially tinged, but maybe it's not racially tinged with hip hop. I'm gonna just say what it is. You know where I stand on this. Eminem, while he's a great MC, does not always pick the best beats. And that's so. But what happens is, I'll get a lot of people, big Eminem fans, coming at me hard. What you mean Eminem isn't this? No, I'm gonna call it what it is. Some of his albums were mad pedestrian. Lyrically, he off the hook. Look, Nas suffers from some of that too.
Yes, he does.
doesn't always
I
have enough
appreciate it.
of his beats.
Because
Yeah.
if heaven was a mile away, you know, I mean,
Okay.
Yeah.
Now this album I think is God's Son, correct?
yes.
Yes.
Let me keep it real with you on this either, with all due respect. God's Son was a good album, but Ninth Wonder's God's Stepson with all his beats, you rhymed over the one joint. Warrior Song was on there, smashes this. I gotta be honest, with all due respect, because Ninth Wonder took the acapellas of this CD that you're showing me. All of his beats on there, and it was one of the illest joints you ever. In fact, go and download God's Stepson by Ninth Wonder and Nas. It's crazy, absolutely bananas. Warrior Song. I know I can't be what I want to be. That version of Ninth Wonder is crazy, but I'm respecting that. Well, let me finish.
Yo,
my
Charlie is
point,
about to get at him for that.
though. I know.
telling you. Listen, Charlie,
I am ready.
I'm telling you.
man.
Okay, all right.
Listen, I know how to deal with the blitz. So if somebody come on cover, I know to get rid of the ball. I ain't gonna hold on to it. I didn't know that was coming.
Okay,
No, I see the
okay,
blitz
all right.
coming, so okay, I'm gonna dump it off to the hot route. At any rate. These are some of the beats. The other side of it, like, so people get at me too, and I tell people that Pac wasn't the greatest MC ever. People get, oh, you mean Pac is the greatest MC? We spoke about that. I disagree with me, but hey, I got an opinion. Stand by it. Don't mean I'm right. That's just my opinion on it. Okay. But getting back to what I was saying with Eminem, especially that early Eminem. Now, we talked about the fact that Eminem was on a Raucous Any Man song, right?
True.
Yes.
Them beats was crazy. I always wanted to hear Eminem over his beats, even though economically Eminem going over to the West Coast to get with Dre was a great move for him, and it made him who he is today. But the second piece of it is this: just strictly from an art standpoint, I've always wanted to hear Eminem over East Coast type beats. That's just me. That's how he rhymes. Imagine him over Dilla beats. He's from Detroit.
That's what I'm saying. Like that, you know, that East Coast. You know, I love East Coast and West Coast, and Dre is one of the only people from the West Coast that I feel. One of them. There's a couple that can cross over. He got that broad sound that you can listen to it, really appreciate it.
But that's Drake, yeah.
Drake is
Drake's one of the best producers in music, period. You know,
he's one of R&B.
Yeah, you got to do it hip hop.
So hearing his beats, you know what I'm saying? I feel what you're saying because like I heard him and I love him, and that's why I listen more. But I was disappointed. It didn't make me say, "Oh, like I used to do." I used to throw the phone. I used to hear the headphone knock somebody over because he was so ill, and I just couldn't believe it.
Right.
And it just make your heart, your adrenaline start rushing when you hear somebody spit like that.
Yes.
So
in essence, are you saying that Asher is a better picker of tracks?
Well, Eminem, I mean, Asher Roth, from the jump, if you know anything about Asher Roth, he's a straight backpacker dude anyway.
Right.
In fact, his, gosh, I wish I knew the name of his mixtape that I have. He reminds primarily of Kanye West and Mad Lib beats. It's dope as heck. Gosh, Cootie Gras, something like that is a mixtape that he put out recently, probably within the last 4 or 5 months he put this out where he's just spitting over different beats. Asher Roth is that dude, straight up. Okay, so to hear him over Nottz beats, over these type of drums, I hate to go back to the Eminem comparison, but it reminds me of the fact that, because he even mentioned that he sounds like an earlier type of Eminem. Well, I said, man, I wish M would just go and he got the money now, forget that. Go and get Premier.
Right, exactly.
Go get Pete Rock and go up there and just get busy.
Lock yourself in there, man, and
just go and knock that joint out. You know what I mean? Because you see now, Jay-Z even getting to the point, because Jay-Z know what he do. Jay-Z know that some of his albums ain't even all the way. He getting up there right now as we speak with Kanye West making an entire album together. He going back to what they used to do in the 90s. One producer, one MC, banging out that music. That's really what made the golden era of the 90s the golden era. You didn't have, that's what happens with a lot of hip-hop today. Everybody wants to get all these hot producers. That's because I got 5 great players don't make me a great team. And that's what that.
How many NBA, NFL teams did that so many times? Redskins.
Right, Redskins. So almost happened to the Heat today, but they so overwhelmingly good. Yeah, they overcame that. But that's a whole different issue, right?
But anyway. This latest joint with Nottz and
I love it, man. The beats are banging. The RAWTH EP I thought was slamming, except for there was one song I could have took or left. But some of those beats are some of Asher Roth. When he comes in there, man, he more than holds his own. They got Rhyme Fest on there.
Rhyme Fest coming up in there.
Resurrected him.
Yo, come on now.
I heard his verse. It was
crazy. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Right, so what would you give that?
I would give the RAWTH EP. I will also go 4 on that.
I would give that 3.5.
You know what? Yeah, I'm going to agree with Neal on this one. A 3.5. I mean, it was a great album. Asher Roth, like you said, is that dude. And lyrically, he is just totally real, and I would totally give him all respect in the world. And I do believe that is something that needs to be checked out. Now, before we step off, I want to talk to Mr. Fisher for 1 second. I mean, you've been with the community. You've been an activist for a long time. I mean, when it comes to hip hop, I mean, what is your opinion on today's music? I mean, you impressed the heck out of me when you pulled out that Nas CD. So I mean, obviously you have your finger on the pulse of what is going on today in today's hip hop and today's music. I mean, what is your opinion on it? Quick.
Well, I'm 56. I think a lot of your audience are in the 30s and 40s that are listening to this particular show.
Right.
And we must communicate the concept of oneness, Ashe. We have to be able to communicate. We have to cross those genres and lines. And I think today it's important, just like you mentioned earlier, Dr. Cornel West and Michael Dyson. We have to be able to use all these things. And I know as I move in the community, there's a whole audience of people that I haven't connected with. These artists like this are maybe the bridge. But we have to do this. So I have to do better in understanding, exploring, and grasping that, because this is hip hop is here to stay.
Right.
It's not going to. And like you said, jazz and hip hop. These are 2 original and authentic developments, phenomena of our people. And so anything that our people are doing, we must be open to it, and we must find the common threads and links. And so that's why it's been a tremendous education. And this is all science, see? And it takes an incredible genius to master this. And, you gave him 2 great ratings and a 3.5 and a 4. But it's predicated on good work. And I think that we need this. We need to basically, and I hope that people are listening. I hope that there are 20 or 30 young future professionals who are going to go to school, get that education, understand the concepts of business, understand the concepts of law, and go forward and do this thing correct and do it right. and be proficient in it. My dad used to tell me, who's 90 now, he said, whatever you do, you be the best at it.
Right.
And so we're going to do this. Let's be the best at it. That's why this man right here is one of the best.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
You heard it from Charlie Fisher. He said,
you heard it from Charlie Fisher himself. But don't forget, check out the Charlie Fisher Show, WUFO or WUFOAM.com, 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. every Tuesday. Y'all check him out. And also you can also check out his email at chfisher3rd or at yahoo.com. I'm stepping over myself.
You can get at him at it.
It's all right.
You can get at him at his
email address.
We're talking about hip hop and it just get us so flustered.
Y'all know
You know what
me.
I'm saying?
Y'all know how I do. Again, that is I'm going to do it quickly in my announcer voice. chfisher3rd at yahoo.com.
See, he was almost like that homeless dude who had that good voice.
He was going to get a sandwich, please.
I need a sandwich.
Please.
Can you try that again, Marcus?
All right, don't forget to check out the Cipher at kidandmuff44 at gmail.com. Also check us out on Facebook. We are the Cipher Crew.
Absolutely.
Oh, real quick. Where'd it go? Give us something real quick.
I'm at the Cipher, but I used to carry 2 4/5 like a 2:45. And I used to stand on the block, just my bundle with me. I used to hide my little krill so my mama can't see. Now these buffalo dudes that be jealous of me. Is it cause I switched over and I was spit it spiritually? And I ain't got new kicks and I ain't pushing a V. Now, how they gonna act when I blow successfully? Had this whole rap world, man, invest in me. Woo! Sweaty palms when God comes. Put his trust in me. Put me on a pedestal so the world can see.
Okay.
Then I'm a dude from the gutter that be fighting the flesh. And I put Cipher in my rhymes, man, I speak it the best.
That's what it is.
I walk the streets when I got beef and I ain't wearing no vest. Why, Charlie? Cause my strong faith in God so protect my chest. They say, how you gonna believe you ain't saw him before? I said my spirit got a touch, now I'm yearning for more. Tender seeds of the streets, wish I could let that go. But Mac, ain't you that dude who used to sling that raw?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a changed man with a new game plan. Representing the writer's block with the sword in my hand.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. New Writer's Block.
Yeah.
Yo, y'all check him out, my man, Neal
He
Mack.
ain't going nowhere because now you know what I'm going to do. Come on.
No,
Come on.
no,
Come on, man. Give me.
No.
Come on, kid.
Man,
Give
drop
me quick.
that, man. I already see you drop that, man.
Give me a little something, man. I know
Come
you
on,
mad because
man.
I'm going because he knew I was going to do this. He knew I was going to do it. Come on, man.
knew
Give
he
me
was
something.
gonna
Give me
do it.
just a quick.
Come on,
Give me
man.
quick.
This
Come
is
on.
the Cipher, baby. This is how we gonna do it. This is the
Come on,
Cipher.
Every time I write a rhyme, I feel like Megatron going against Optimus Prime for the very last time. Once y'all stand, once y'all fall, let me know you're not a poor. Put your hands up in the air, say yes, you're. We're all gathered to witness the babbling of a mad manigan, grabbing the mic, staggering, mentally unraveling in front of an audience, by himself battling, threatening to kill a whole crew with a single javelin, clavicle shattering, hammering haters in their shoulders, claiming to think of the name because they can't handle the heat holders. You're not soldiers. Neither wake up and smell the Folgers. You need nuts the size of boulders. You need Jehovah. Just like I need a Corona with a slice of lime. Who's nice is mine? I'm here to spread the word, the herb. You gotta be more precise to rhyme.
Come on.
I'm slicing spines just to see if you got a backbone. If not, I'm sending you back home with the trunk of a Cadillac, bro. I'm out.
Cipher, y'all.
Cipher 2011, baby. So we out, baby. It's done. Yeah.
Excellent show, gentlemen.